Styanax Prime has one big problem when you want to cast abilities non-stop: energy. But Arcane Sculptor changes that. With this arcane active, ability casts become much cheaper for 12 seconds. So even with negative ability efficiency, Styanax Prime can keep casting skills very comfortably. In this build, Arcane's Brightbonnet becomes the trigger. This build is focused on making Styanax Prime easier to play without relying on primed flow or equilibrium. Arcane Sculptor reduces the energy cost enough that those mods are not needed here. The main idea is simple. Use Brightbonnet to activate Arcane Sculptor, then keep casting Styanax Prime's abilities while the buff is active. In this video, I will show the build, the ability loop, and how it performs in Steel Path. The loop starts with Brightbonnet. Cast Brightbonnet first to activate Arcane Sculptor. After that, use Styanax Prime's abilities while the Arcane Sculptor buff is active. Rally Point helps with energy recovery, Thero Strike strips defenses, and Final Stand becomes much easier to spam because the energy cost is heavily reduced. For the mods, I am not building around high ability efficiency. The build can run negative efficiency because Arcane Sculptor covers the energy cost during the buff. Instead, the setup focuses more on strength and duration. Strength increases the damage of Styanax Prime's abilities. Duration increases the number of javelins thrown by Final Stand. Since Brightbonnet also gives extra strength and energy recovery, it supports the build from both sides. For Arcanes, Arcane Sculptor is the core of this build. The second Arcane is Arcane Concentration, but I will not go too deep into that here. The important part is Arcane Sculptor, because it makes the ability loop much cheaper. For Archon Shards, I use 2 Duration Shards, 2 Strength Shards, and 1 Casting Speed Shard. Duration increases the number of javelins from Final Stand. Strength improves ability damage. Casting speed makes the whole loop feel smoother. Arcane Sculptor comes from the new Uranus Proxima content. You can get it from Scoria's Angel, the Kuva Witch, or by trading with Hunhao at Pontus Tower. For this build, the important part is that once you have Arcane Sculptor, it becomes the main engine of the energy loop. Before the final summary, I also want to show one more example. This is Ember with Brightbonnet subsumed. With Arcane Sculptor, Ember becomes much easier to play because her ability loop costs far less energy. This is why I think Arcane Sculptor is one of the most important arcanes from this update. It does not only help Styanax Prime, it can also change how comfortable other ability-focused Warframes feel. Ember is a good example, and I also recommend trying it on Protea. Here is the main point. Arcane Sculptor solves the energy problem, and Brightbonnet gives Styanax Prime an easy way to trigger it. Because of that, this setup can keep casting even with negative efficiency. If you enjoy ability-focused Warframes, this arcane is definitely worth trying. That is all for this video. Thanks for watching.